All right, this is a suggestion via a channel number. Let's check it out.
Protests have intensified this morning outside of an Immigration and Customs Enforcement processing facility in Chicago, Illinois.
Okay.
Authorities were forced to use non-lethal munitions to push back rioters. This looks familiar. It's similar to the scene that played out at an ICE facility in New York City.
They basically had like a sit-in in New York City. Also at the same time, there was another one that happened a couple of months back in New Jersey where a mayor got arrested.
Yesterday.
I am here to ensure that we protect all our fellow constituents. It is not illegal to be undocumented.
Let's go. Start grabbing. Let's go.
We shall not be moved.
Hey guys, you were just moved.
Aquí estamos y no nos vamos. Y si nos echan, nos regresamos. Aquí estamos y no nos vamos. Y nos echan.
How many got arrested? Guys.
Well, all of this landed 11 Democrat officials in jail. They reportedly tried to force their way into offices and cells holding violent illegal immigrants.
I believe that 100%.
Homeland Security says 71 others, including 2 state senators and 9 state assembly members, were arrested outside a protest, outside the protest facility. Madison Sheehan, ICE deputy director, is with me now. You know, a deputy director, when you look at this is actually a lot more calm than it was outside the one here in Newark, New Jersey. I mean, that one.
That was what I was talking about, guys. That one was absolutely hostile and wild.
Got really rowdy, and ICE agents were pressed upon physically. Lawmakers again
pushed.
Had to, you know, one of them arrested, so on and so forth. Why does this keep happening? What are you looking at the department?
Well, look, I think this keeps happening because of the dangerous rhetoric that the Democrats continue to push against our law enforcement officers who are enforcing immigration law. Our officers go out every day, choose to put the American people first with the support of President Trump and Secretary Noem. These protests are not going to stop us, but I think everyone needs to know that the people these Democrats are defending are murderers, rapists, MS-13 gang members, and the list goes on and on and on. These are not people that you and I want in our communities. These are people that we need to remove from this country, and we're doing just that, thanks to President Trump and Secretary Noem.
Yeah, guys, the problem with the statement is that, guys, the people who they're doing this for is not the people that actually are thinking coherently about making sure we maintain our country with a border. We're not talking about those people. We're talking about the emotional ones who say these people came into this country and they're just trying to work and they're just trying to do all these things. Listen, guys, I'm sorry. We need a country with a border, right? And the people that are going to see this and say, oh, look, you know, I feel so bad about these things, et cetera, are those people. All right. Those are the ones who care a lot more about the concept of feeling good about doing things and actually doing the correct things at all times.
You know, I'm sure people watching this might have the same question, and that is, how did they get this far? Like, this isn't outside the facility, and I know that there were some arrests made outside, which is what we saw, you know, in Newark, New Jersey months ago when that got completely out of hand.
Right.
But they're interior at this point, and reportedly we're trying to break into the cells of some of those illegal immigrants who are criminals being held.
Absolutely. Well, our facilities are public facilities. They're federal buildings, oftentimes that hold offices of other public officials as well as other federal entities. And so they're allowed to go in so far into our buildings. Where the harm comes into play is when they're putting our officers in danger and even putting the detainees in danger that they so want to protect throughout this process. And so what we want to make sure of is that we can get this rhetoric down, put our officers first, and allow them to be safe and doing their job, even when we continue to see these protests nationwide.
Yeah, guys, if you actually follow any like the auditors who audit government buildings, you'll fully understand that they're allowed to be in here. All right, like you're allowed to be where they are, right? As long as they're not entering into like any closed spaces, locked doors, people's offices that have that are locked, et cetera, they can basically be inside of these things. But the minute they, try to break past those locked doors, then they immediately are committing a crime here, guys. In fact.
All right, well, an Illinois Democrat has gone viral for trying to stop ICE from carrying out an operation in her Chicago suburb. Let's
see
watch
this
together.
nonsense.
Stay in your cars! Tell everyone to stay in your houses! Don't open your doors! This is my city, that's right!
Okay.
Take off your mask! Take off your mask! What? Do not come out! Stay in your houses!
Wellness check on her. I mean, that was, I don't, wow.
Yeah, one of those wellness
It's
checks
really
for real.
fascinating, isn't it? What's crazy to me is that these are lawmakers. They have the ability to go in and change law. If they don't like the immigration law as it's written,
Right.
then they need to go in and change it. Our job as law enforcement is not to pick winners and losers. Our job is to enforce the law. And there's a good chance that as she's trying to run our officers out, she is just choosing to protect a gang member, a murderer, a rapist, somebody who's gone into the communities of Chicago, wreaked havoc on the American people for years, and we're putting a stop to that. And our officers will not be deterred by this. And I think the American people can see through this political rhetoric that is just trying to get points and clicks that we're just not after in this administration.
Okay, guys, listen, I see nothing about what this woman just did here is wrong here. She has her First Amendment right to do whatever she really wants to do as long as she's not hindering anything. Her speech, for the most part, is also not something that is that can be penalized in the context of this here. I'm just talking about the law, right? Understand this here. Now, on a personal side, why are you doing this? Right? Like, why are you, in fact, attempting to keep specifically people that have deportation orders to go? The woman that's in the center here, she just said that everyone is all of these spectacular things. Let's just be honest here, that's not the case here, right? But if you have a deportation order, you still have to go kind of regardless of it. She's trying to overblow the scenario currently.
I mean, you're right. By her telling people who are here illegally and have committed further crimes than crossing into the country illegally, she's telling them to hide, basically. I mean, we have seen so much of this, and it's so dangerous for our officials who,
That's not everybody,
who go
though.
there to do the right thing, those ICE agents.
Absolutely. It's continuing to cause dangerous rhetoric. We're seeing us at a heightened posture at almost 1,000% increase of assaults against our officers. These are men and women who choose to go into the community to put the American people first, to deliver on a mandate that the American people have for this administration.
How emotional she is.
And they just continue to choose the side of criminals over and over again.
I tell you, and Democrats have already done that with their soft on crime policy for American citizens who were criminals in this country.
Yep.
Choosing
Dollar
to
bills.
over the citizens. Look, the sanctuary city of Portland is escalating a fight with immigration officials, announcing it will issue a land use violation notice to a local ICE building, accusing it of repeatedly holding detainees longer than permitted. Left-wing protesters and agitators have descended on that facility several times just since June. People are cussing and shouting. That's why you hear the beep. Protesters have tried to block vehicles from entering and exiting that facility, forcing agents to deploy tear gas and flashbangs. Last month, anti-ICE protesters were captured on video
with the
rolling
guillotine.
out a guillotine and clashing with police before law enforcement fired munitions to disperse that crowd. This is not acceptable.
Absolutely not. And we want to make sure that we're protecting our law enforcement officers, both people and property. And this kind of behavior is just not acceptable in the United States of America.
At all.
All right.
Like, it looks like some fourth, fifth world country, guys.
ICE Deputy Director Madison Sheehan.
It's over. It's over. Oh, God, guys. Listen. I understand the emotional angle of things, seeing things, right? I'm not completely callous to the concept of sometimes people need help. I have no problem helping people, right? But when you start taking advantage specifically of the kindness of us, I can no longer back the scenario. And then when you specifically, come into the United States of America committing basically a trespass, what do you want me to say here, guys, right? We are a nation of laws. Now, be fully aware here, guys, the majority of the people that are coming into this country that have broken into our nation are not going to commit a secondary or tertiary offense. Reality. We're talking about a very small portion that is wreaking absolute havoc. Okay, they all need to go though, guys. That doesn't change. That doesn't change anything. Listen, if you are someone here for the concept of asylum, meaning that your country is basically attempting to persecute you because of the color of your skin, your gender, your who you decide to sleep in a bed with, right? I get it. Listen, I'm here. Asylum is asylum. But a good amount of the people, roughly 80 to 90% of the people that have broken into our nation, are here just to promote remittance for the most part, right? That's it. They're going to come here, get a job, work illegally, most likely, then send money back to their country. Because again, people utilize our country as a piggy bank. And that's what happens specifically when other people back their currencies off of the U.S. dollar. The U.S. dollar basically loses a lot of its strength. That's why assets have kind of shot through the roof, let's say, this year, guys. And they back their currency off of our currency. Things are not amazing for many Americans, okay? But we're still better off than a lot of people in other countries, specifically the ones who have backed their currency off of our currency, all right? Truth be told here, okay? So this is why a lot of people are coming to our nation. They're flooding they flooded our southern border to make our U.S. dollars, right? Instead of their own currency. Then they send their money back to the country, to their country, buy land, build houses, and then leave, eventually, right? Or get caught, and then they're forced to leave, right? So understand, like, this is kind of what's happening here. This is also why initially I suspected that there would be some people who would take the deal, from the CBP1 app to say, you know what, hey, listen, give me $1,000 real quick, and I'll go back to my home country where $1,000 is where it means something, right? More so than it does here, okay? But not many people took that offer at all. They didn't take it. So life, I guess. So now when the deportation orders hit, you can't be surprised that it's time for you to go, bro. We found out that you came here under the guise of asylum, but you're not actually an asylum seeker. You're not at all. You're here for economic migrancy. That's not something that is classed under it, right? Just because you're poor in your country, that doesn't mean you come to the United States of America illegally, skipping the line, right? There are a gigantic amount of legal immigrants in the United States of America that are completely pissed off. Because guys, if you understand the process, I've immigrated my wife and my son into the United States of America from the south of Spain specifically. And I can definitely tell you that the process is long, it is lengthy, it is very expensive. Okay, so I cannot imagine like the average person making the average income, specifically coming from a much poorer nation, attempting to maintain, $6,000-7,000 in lawyer fees. Yeah, I can't imagine that being a thing. And this is why they break into our country, right? Because they can't afford it. Like they understand, like this may be a couple of years' salary for some people, right? And this is why they break in. They break in to basically get our money, send it back to their country, and leave. This is not strengthening us. This is more of a parasitical relationship here, guys. Truth be told. Because listen, don't get me wrong here. Hold on, wait. I'm not a derelict. I'm not an idiot here. I understand both sides here. So let's go ahead and explain the other angle here. They are in fact working illegally. They are in fact paying into whatever locale that they're living in. So they are in fact paying taxes in all the stores where they buy things. Let's say they're not paying federal taxes though, but they're paying into the locals, right? They will never receive any benefit from their work. In fact, but again, they broke into our country illegally. Why do you think I care about that? Again, I can't, guys. Specifically, that no. And I am absolutely pro-refugee. So just understand this here. I think we are rich enough to be able to help people if they are in some war-torn area, and we can kind of give them sanctuary for the most part. I have no problem with that. But under zero circumstances am I going to back the concept of any type of illegality. I'm sorry, I can't. And I think that's my moral conundrum here. Right? And people yell at me in the comments all the time. I'm sure there's somebody typing right now something crazy, even though I just explained it. Guys, right? People are like, why don't you support immigration? I support immigration. I've immigrated into 2 countries. I've immigrated my wife and son into this country. I absolutely support. I 100% support. If you want to move somewhere, do it legally. That's it. Like your first act in your brand new host country should not be an illegal one. I don't respect it. I will never respect it. Sorry. But either way, listen, if you guys are new here, please like and subscribe. In the meantime, I will catch you guys later. All right?